First and foremost, Black Lives Matter. Right now, we need to listen to those who have been targeted by this system and amplify their struggle and their voices. We have listed resources and donation links in the description below. Thank you. Cryptozoology is, by its very nature, elusive. Thus, we cannot say that we are exactly bringing you the facts, but we will do our best to help you see these mythical legends as we do. So sit back, relax, and wait. What's that behind you? Never mind. Enjoy the show. Hello, and welcome to the Cryptids on Cryptids podcast. I'm Martin,
I'm Syd.
and we're here to do it to him once again. Sorry for the delay, folks.
Thanks for
We're
your patience, honestly. Massive
honestly,
cheers.
we are both students, and you know what? Sometimes class and life gets ahead of us, and then we have to
Uh,
catch up all in the last week, or at least that's what I was doing. Um, it
there's
was
also been a pandemic. Don't know if you guys were here for that one. That's also a thing. So I've been stuck at my parents' house for
wait,
a
really? There's a
good bit.
pandemic?
Yeah, there's a pandemic, dude.
Oh,
COVID
I
19 or something along that lines. Ooh, I can't say that on YouTube. We'll get demonetized. Not that I think we were monetized, but whatever.
what did you say?
You can't say COVID 19 on YouTube. They get angry.
Oh, fuck them. We
Yeah.
say fuck on this show. They don't like that either.
No, I
Um,
don't think they do.
but yeah, I
But
didn't realize I hadn't been outside in a long time.
where have you been? Oh, probably taking those classes. Yeah.
Taking those classes and just inside,
Yeah.
play some video games. I got real baller at
Play some.
Minecraft.
Oh shit! I got back into Minecraft, and I can. Let me tell you, as someone who has been garbage at video games since the day they were born, I'm still bad, but I enjoy it more than I ever have.
That's good.
You know,
That's
like
what's important.
okay, there are certain types of video games that I'm good at. I'm good at like three types of video games. I'm good at any turn-based RPG. I'm good at Animal Crossing, and I'm good at Tetris, and that's it. That's all I got going for me. Any type of like combat-based video game, garbage. Like immediate trash. I
See,
know all those games is clicking, but like I can't do it. I can't.
see, I'm like good at video games, but I have a friend that's really good at video games. So I always think that I suck at video games, and that's just kind of where I'm at. Anyway, this has been real fun, but what's our topic this week, Sid?
Oh shit! I forgot that we do that on this show.
Yeah, it's
Since
been
we've
a
been gone
while,
for a
huh?
while, yeah, sure has. We felt that we wanted to come back with something a little bit special. So today, we're doing the Mothman, everybody's boyfriend,
My favorite moth son.
the
He's
Moth
my
Boy.
only
We're doing
moth
the
son.
Mothman.
He's my only moth son. I don't like other moths, but him, I'm down to clown with
See, okay,
Mothman.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think moths as an actual bug are kind of overlooked. They're cute. They're soft. They make a cute little buzzy sound. Unfortunately, they tend to fly at my face when it's dark outside, and I'm not really too fond of that. That one scares me a
Yeah,
whole lot.
yeah. So I usually work at a summer camp um during the summers, but obviously not now. Um, due to the thing that happened and the world burning down. But I've had a lot of instances of moths flying at my face, and one hit me in the eye, and then one time, I don't know if you know what a Luna moth is, Sid.
I do know what a Luna moth is.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
landed on my face, and it
Oh
wouldn't
my god.
leave. It didn't leave. It just was
No,
there for
thank
a
you.
little while, and I was like, "Okay, bud, you're gonna have to go." But I didn't want to hurt it because they're so cool. But also, like, you kind of have to go. Please do not land on my face. Um,
Yeah. No, I get that.
I didn't think it
I get
learned its
that.
lesson, but that's the biggest moth I've seen, and I've heard reports that Mothman is much bigger. So,
Mothman is a whole lot bigger, which is kind of threatening. I recently saw this picture that's like Mothman in comparison with a human, and so okay, when you first do your little bit of research about Mothman, you get a weird combination of like actual people who care about the folklore and people being horny on the internet, which is like a very weird line to walk. Cause like
I walk that
some of
line
the
every day.
art you find of Mothman is like horrifying, vague shadow demon with red eyes, and there's like a weird other art that I kind of had to like push to the side a little bit where I'm like, okay, I need to know how big Mothman is in relativity to a human. He's roughly 7 to 8 feet tall, is what I've gotten.
7 to 8 feet tall.
Tall, like big. I know there is a statue
Oh, that's
that
awesome.
exists in West Virginia.
Yeah, in Point Pleasant, right?
Yeah, Point Pleasant. But okay, so
The
the
only thing I
statue.
know about that statue is from walking this fine line on the internet. I do know that the Mothman statue has a great ass.
The Mothman statue is fairly shredded. It's like more shredded than I feel like it should be. I also feel like moths do not have pectoral muscles, and it weirds me out a little bit that Mothman would.
Well,
But
then how would
anyway,
he be a man with wings? Because that's the thing, right? Like birds have pectoral muscles.
I mean, you're
Otherwise, how
not
would you
bird
be
theorying me
man-shaped
into
and
Mothman.
fly?
You are not bird theorying me into Mothman. Do not do this to me.
Look.
I can't. I'm not strong enough. Not again.
All I'm
He's a
saying,
moth.
all I'm
We're gonna have to.
saying is that he's a big, man-like bird with moth-like wings.
That's valid. The statue of Mothman is 12 feet tall. Also,
12.
I feel like we should mention that
12.
is it's a tall statue.
I can't wait to be less
Uh,
than half the size of this statue.
I can't wait to be more than less than half of the size of the statue. I because like okay, some of the creatures we research are pretty big. Like Goatman, you would imagine would be roughly the same size as a human.
Yeah, but with
The
goat head.
chupacabra is roughly the same size as like a panther or like that type of dog. A British big cat is like a big cat, you know?
Yeah, we
But
have
like
reference for how big cats are.
we have reference for how big they are. When you say Mothman, that can be anywhere between like a moth-sized man and a man-sized moth. But this is neither. This is like a
A moth-sized
big
man.
creature.
That's
A moth-sized
great.
man. Just
Wait,
like a
have we
tiny, a
considered that
small.
maybe it's just a really small man that like is being given rides by a moth? Have we
That would be a
considered
big
that?
moth, dude. Well, I mean, we haven't considered that. But also, the Mothman, I'm pretty sure. No, he doesn't have hands. We have never seen the hands of the Mothman.
Ooh.
There is, well, technically, okay, you have like a lot of the imagery of him has like these kind of like feeler sort of things, but you never see like hands, you know, because like the different sightings they have. First off, all the different sightings are super sketch for Mothman, because like
Wait, tell us about some of the sightings. I actually want to know about the sightings of Mothman because I actually like have seen the internet craze. I've been a part of the internet craze. I love Mothman, and all that he does. I'm sad that I can't high five him according to you, but I do want to learn more about his origin story, I guess.
yeah, Mothman's origin story. Technically, the first Mothman sighting and that statement is November 12th, 1966, and of course
So that's his
usually
birthday.
when you get a cryptid sighting, you get like teenagers, you know, or like a singular person out kind of doing their thing and they see something and then they bring it back, you know? This is 5 men who were digging a grave at a cemetery near like Clendon, I think is how that's pronounced, Clendenin, West Virginia, who saw a man like figure fly low from the trees over their heads. And this is like the first sighting of Mothman. So Mothman's birthday is November 12th, 1966. And or like his first sighting, I suppose, which does make Mothman a Scorpio, which
A Scorpio? Wait, Mothman's a
Mothman is a
Scorpio?
Scorpio, yeah, which would make Mothman a Scorpio. Make of that what you will. Oh, the
Um,
internet makes sense
I'm gonna go
now.
read about Scorpios. Hold on.
Go for it. You read about Scorpios. Well, I unpacked the fact that these 5 people digging a grave at a cemetery were buzzed by Mothman. Like, that's a flyby, is what that is, if he's flying low over their heads. They were just out here digging a grave, middle of the night, at a cemetery,
Do you
just to
think
get buzzed by Mothman. Imagine that.
do you think he was told by the local birds like, "Hey, if you fly real low and fast over people, you can poop on them and they'll never know." And he was trying that out? You think he's doing that?
My best shot is he's probably too heavy to fly. By all known laws of aviation, the Mothman is too heavy to fly. His wings aren't big enough to get his little body off the
Well,
ground.
Sid,
Uh,
so are bees, and they
I
fly.
know. They
By all
do.
known laws of aviation, bees are too heavy to fly. So let's take a look at the Scorpio weekly horoscope so we can know what
Oh,
Mothman's up to and what his thing
oh
is.
no.
Um,
Go for it. What do we got for Mothman?
it's loading because I'm in a little town called Bumblefuck, Maine. It's in the middle of
Incredible.
Maine, and it's really there's no internet.
I didn't know you could name town Bumblefuck. I didn't think that was something you could do legally.
I think you can legally name a town whatever you want. Um,
That's a good point.
so this is the week of June,
Mm-hmm.
22nd to 28th. So this ends this week, right? So this is what Mothman was up to this week. Um, he set new depth records because this Tuesday, June 23rd, 2020, spiritual Neptune kicked off its annual retrograde. You heard that right. I don't know what that means, but Mothman
I
sure
don't know
as
what that
fuck
means.
does. Luring you further down the rabbit hole of your imagination. Look, Mothman's going hog wild, all right? He is in this rabbit hole of his imagination. He's doing whatever he wants. He can think it, he can dream it, he can do it. He's Mothman. Neptune's backspin is taking place in Pisces, and your dramatic, flamboyant, and romantic fifth house. Oh shit. Your passion for the mysterious is no secret. Yeah, Mothman. Our passion for your mysteriousness is also not a secret, and I am here for it.
Oh no.
But with
Wait,
Neptune in reverse until November 28th, exercise a little self restraint. Mothman, no bridges this week. When it
no
comes to your
cars this week,
investigating,
honestly.
um, shadowy Neptune could attract some living on the edge types. Ooh, I'd say Mothman lives on the edge. Um,
Uh, yeah, the edge of the TNT area.
yeah. Yes, he does, and I think living in somewhere called the TNT area is definitely on the edge. Um,
Yeah, honestly, okay. Because, like, when they found Mothman. So we're going with Mothman's birthday being November 12th, 1966. That makes him a Scorpio. November 15th is the second sighting of Mothman, also in 1966, where 2 young couples from Point Pleasant told police they saw a large gray creature whose eyes were glowing red, and they described it as the large flying men with 10-foot wings. Uh, it followed their car. Like,
whoa, wait,
low-key chased their car while they were driving in an area outside of town known locally as the TNT area.
that's actually kind of
Alright?
sick. The TNT
First
area is
off,
pretty metal, considering AC/DC did a whole song about it.
yes. But also, I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. As like a fun weekend activity, I don't tend to go to decommissioned World War II munition plants that were used to use to create explosives. You know, that's not really high on the bucket list. You know,
That
also
honestly
calling it the
sounds
T.
dynamite.
Okay.
That sounds pretty bombastic, if you ask me.
Oh my god. She just got fucking clotheslined by
Why do you
puns.
set me up for these, Sid?
Wasn't paying attention and you got there on your own. But calling it the TNT area really, really does make it seem like. okay, if it were called something like the TNT zone, I would be like, all right, that's a zone where
Yeah,
people put TNT in.
it's a
Like there's
sanctioned
caution
zone.
tape. You got like cones around it. There's at least one sign anywhere in the vicinity that's like, ah, yes, TNT. Saying the TNT area makes it seem like it's just a random field. There's TNT there. Like that's not a real government facility. That's a Minecraft biome. Like
There's no regulation. There's no
nothing.
space.
You've got nothing.
There's just TNT somewhere in that area. Don't find it. It'll be bad. Also,
Yeah,
there's Mothman.
yeah. Which, okay, A implies that Mothman is either protecting or living in the TNT area, which is very frightening because all I can picture is like Mothman holding TNT and just dive bombing cars, which is threatening.
Wait, Syd?
Uh,
Wait, Syd? Do
yeah,
you think he eats it?
yeah.
Do you think he eats it?
Well, that's a that's a good question. Actually, would he eat it?
Would he eat
Because
it?
like
Well,
Mothman's
maybe he enjoys it because it's like, he likes the potential for this big, big light, right? Like he's a moth, right? You know,
yeah.
he wants big light, because that's just how moths do.
TNT is just boxed big light.
TNT is just like big light with a timer to tell you when it's gonna happen. And honestly,
Yeah,
I think, you know,
yeah,
maybe he doesn't eat it, but maybe he just likes that. Maybe he likes that kind of potential for this big light.
yeah. Living on the edge,
Living
feeling
on the
that true
edge,
Scorpio
for sure.
nature.
Really, really, really living into his horoscope this week.
Yeah, 100%. In November 15th, 1966, Mothman was leaning into his horoscope from the year 2020.
Oh,
But okay, so Mothman does live in that area, Pleasant Point,
yeah.
and you'd think that okay, there were books written about Mothman. There's been like a recent resurgence with Mothman that I am choosing to call the lamp effect, where people are just drawn to the idea of moths and lamps. Because
The meme.
you had that moth meme, and then like everyone was like, what would be better than the moth meme?
The
A
Mothman
Mothman
meme.
meme. And then they just did that. So it's like everyone got drawn to Mothman. It's the reverse lamp effect. But this isn't the first like example of people being like super excited for Mothman, because in 2002, Point Pleasant held its first annual Mothman festival.
Actually?
Yes, which was like
Wait.
started as a way to get people to visit Point Pleasant, but like they chose Mothman to be like the center of the festival due to the fact that it would celebrate the town's local legacy. Which pretty much means that when this like town had their idea where they're like, all right guys, we gotta brainstorm how we gotta get people into this town, they were left with like Mothman and the TNT area. Like this town has like all the cool things just distilled.
We did a lot of important work during World War II, but after that, we don't got anything. But we do have a big moth shaped like a man. So, hear me out, a festival.
Yeah.
I'm
And like
so down with
apparently
that, actually. Wait, next time this
the
festival
average
happens, I'm
attendance.
going. I'm going to this festival next time it
You
happens.
want to go? It's in September.
Syd, let's go. Syd, we gotta
Third weekend
go.
every September.
We gotta
Yeah.
go, Syd. That's
The
non-negotiable.
average. Well, okay. We don't know if they're gonna have it this year. First off,
That's
uh,
facts. That's true.
based on how things be right now, but the average attendance for the Mothman Festival, first off, on the website that I'm at, which is Wikipedia, just because I wanted to see if I could figure out how many people went, it doesn't say the average attendance for the Mothman Festival. It just says the average attendance for the Mothman
Oh.
is an estimated 10 to 12,000 people per year.
10 to 12,000.
Which
Wow.
is, like, for a festival, a pretty big poll.
For a festival in the middle of Bumblefuck, West Virginia. Yeah, the town's called that now. I just Googled it.
It's Point Pleasant. It's Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Please.
Yeah, it's Point Pleasant. It's a very pleasant town, and they make a point of it.
Yep, sure do.
Yeah, so, yeah. I want to go to this festival next time it happens. I don't know if it's going to be this September, but a September I'm going to
We
go.
should go.
I'm going to
Yeah.
go. We should go.
So okay, so the first annual Mothman festival was held in 2002, but like there's like an actual statue of Mothman there.
Yeah, we talked
That
about
was
that a little
like
bit. We touched on it.
yeah. Did I tell you who created it?
James Earl Jones.
Nope. The guy's name is Bob Roach.
Bob Roach?
Yeah, like a cockroach. Yes.
Interesting. Do you think Mothman
So I
then
think this
targeted
town
and
has a
ate
bug
him?
cult. Yeah.
Because I think
Yeah.
moths do eat cockroaches. Don't cite me on that. But
I don't think they do. I'm gonna be real with you.
I
I'm gonna
think
be real. I'm gonna feel so stupid if after this goes out. Like our entire Twitter is just they eat cockroaches. We've talked about this. I don't know what gestation periods are. I know cryptids and that's it. That's all we got.
I don't even know that, so
And Pokemon.
I know so much about Pokemon. Did you know
I
that
don't know too much.
the first moth type Pokemon was Mothra? That's a fact.
I think I just took damage from that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give you.
Like I felt this pang in my chest when I watched you just create that terrible, terrible amalgamation of a sentence you just said.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's true facts. I'm sorry, I
Don't think
can't.
so.
I can't. My goal for this episode is just to say something so stupid that it does actually cause psychic damage.
I think you did it.
I'm-
For me, at least, I feel like everyone has a different barometer for psychic damage, but you hit mine real good. Anyway,
You're welcome.
it was created by artist and sculptor Bob Roach, unveiled in 2003, so the next year. But then 2 years after that, the Mothman Museum and Research Center opened in 2005.
Research center?
So, Research Center.
Hold on a second, Syd.
Yup, I'm holding on.
I just looked it up, Syd, and yeah, I'm going to try to apply for a job at the Mothman Research Center. That's my life
Research
now.
Center? There's a Mothman app. Oh my god.
There's a Mothman app. Wow.
There's
Okay,
a Mothman app.
It really gets to me that there's kind of like this huge kind of fan base for Mothman, and
Yeah.
I'm really into that because I'm a fan of Mothman. I don't really know his whole shtick, but I do know that he collapsed a bridge one time, and I do know that he is really cool. He's like part moth, part bird, part man. Cool red eyes.
All
And that's
action,
the vibe.
baby.
All action, baby. And that's the vibe that I'm really looking for in a partner, a friend, and maybe even a lover. Okay, I'm done. I'm done just saying stupid shit on this show.
With absolute confidence. And me knowing what I know about you, knowing that you are in a committed relationship, I'm just like, I can't. I can't.
This is my official resignation from just saying the dumbest shit. You're welcome.
I didn't know you could resign from doing that. Shoot, I've been out here this whole time just saying whatever I wanted to.
I don't think I can officially resign, so it might slip out from time to time, but I'm trying my best and know that I'm on the path to recovery.
And we support you this whole way, this journey,
Thank
in which
you.
you try to recover from
I just hope Mothman
your
supports
attitude
me.
towards. I'm sure they will.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, speaking of that, by the way, did I mention the activities that happen in the Mothman Festival? I'm sorry to keep going back to this. I just feel
No,
like it's
I
really
want to
important.
know everything I can about the Mothman Festival. That's what I'm here for.
So it's like, okay, so the festival is held every third weekend of every September. I guess they've been doing this for like 19 years now, I guess. It would begin in 2002, so that would roughly be, yeah.
Yep. This
Yeah,
one would be the
that's math.
19th.
It would be the 19th. Festival is held on the
18th.
third weekend. It hosts guest speakers, vendor exhibits. If you guys have ever been like on an like I don't know if that's a universal experience, but like if your parents ever took you to Gettysburg and you went on those tours where it goes around and like talks about the notable events in the area, that's a thing.
Really? Wait,
They
really?
have one of those for Mothman, hayride tours of locally notable areas, which is like a
Wait.
Mothman tour.
Hayride tours? Hayride tours?
Yes. Yes.
Where to?
To the TNT area, my dude.
All right, I'm going. Wait, do they also visit this gravesite? Because I need to know.
I would need to know. I can't get like a breakdown of the hayride tours. I imagine that that's like a trade secret, is the Mothman hayride tour. But I think the key event in the Mothman Festival is the fact that apparently they have pancake eating contests.
What?
Like that's a big enough feature to be like noted on
Wait,
the
are they
official
Mothman
page
shaped
for the
pancakes,
site.
or is Mothman just a fan of pancakes? I have to know this
I
information.
guess Mothman's just a fan of pancakes, man. Like I guess that's how it is.
Wow. I
Truly. As someone who used to like eat semi-competitively, let me tell you, pancakes are not on my top list of things that I eat a lot of in a short period of time.
Yeah, it seems like pancakes pancake eating competitions, you have like 5 minutes to eat as much as you can, and like one is it, right? Like one pancake.
That's all we got. Well, like, okay, you have to imagine. Mothman is anywhere from between a 7 to 8 foot tall humanoid creature who flies. The amount of calories he has to burn doing literally anything is probably enough so that pancakes are the only way he can get the amount of carbs he needs to function. You know?
Actually, Sid, I think that like to
Yeah.
expend that much energy, you need like a direct source of protein. Like I think you
Yeah.
need a direct. I think Mothman's a predator.
Mothman's a predator?
Yeah, I think he eats people and animals. Mostly
Yeah, but
animals, I'm
like,
gonna guess, but maybe
okay, I'm
sometimes
down
he's
with
just got a
that.
human in there. You know, if he's into competitive eating, he's just like slurping down deer, and maybe he just gets a man in there. You know?
You know what I'm thinking?
Hmm.
I'm thinking Mothman, if he is a predator, the things he would probably eat would be bugs. Because do you
Moths.
know why? He's known for dive bombing cars, specifically. Like, he chased those cars. There have been sightings of, like, Mothman hopping on the roof of cars and kind of shaking it around. What is a car if not, like, a big, weirdly colored beetle? You
Yeah, I
know?
mean, maybe.
Like, there's stuff on the inside of that. If you can just crack that shell open, you're good to go. But, like,
I don't
if
see.
you're a hungry cryptid, like, a car is just gonna look like a big beetle. Some
Yeah,
of them are beetles. VW Beetle, baby. Like, come
I
on.
mean, when he's that big, you know, everything's small to him.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you know, maybe a car's just not that big or threatening. Cause like
Yeah.
the Lord does say that he's Mothman has chased cars, like
Yes,
chased them
repeatedly.
actively, which is
Yeah.
interesting. Cause either he's like intelligent enough to know that like these are people trespassing on like his territory, quote unquote, or he thinks it's a beetle. But he's like stupid enough to think it's a beetle. But here's my
Because,
theory:
like,
is
that would be a mother load of beetles.
I think he's actually very intelligent. That's my thought.
Like, he would
It's my thought
have to
theory
be
because
at
he
least.
predicted this bridge thing, or caused it.
Yeah, do you want to talk about that a little bit, actually? The bridge thing?
Yeah, let's talk about it, dude. I want to know
The
what is up with
Silver
this bridge
Bridge?
thing. The what bridge?
Yeah. It's the Silver Bridge. It was. I'm sorry. Oh my god. Okay. Apologies. Um, okay. So in December 15th, 1967, there was the collapse of the Silver Bridge and the death of 46 people. This incident kind of like sparked this idea of like the Mothman legend, like kind of transferring Mothman out of like a one time sort of like, oh, that was a weird thing that happened, to like an entire mythos surrounding this creature. And
Mm-hmm.
that everyone was like, Mothman showed up in 1966 about like, because it was November 12th and November 15th that Mothman was seen for like the first times. And then the bridge collapse was in December 15th in 1967, a year, not a year later. No, yeah, like a year. I know how time works. That would be roughly a year later, a year and some change.
Quarantine has
But
definitely dismembered my sense of time thoroughly.
I didn't really know how time worked to begin with, so this has really just gone and done it forever now. Uh, so like, people were like, Mothman showed up to like warn people of this bridge collapsing, which kind of seems to make Mothman. This is kind of a weird theory, but like Mothman is a humanoid creature with like big wings, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what else is a
Oh,
humanoid creature with roughly big wings?
angels.
Angels. Mothman. Because, like, people forget that in, like, the idea around angels is some of them aren't, like, human necessarily, and they're, like, a little bit more spooky than one would expect. I'm looking at you, the one with, like, the 7 wheels and the million eyes. That one specifically. Angels are kind of
Gabriel?
spooky.
I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah,
Gabriel.
I'm pretty sure
I
it's
don't know
Gabriel.
anything about Christianity. I haven't touched a Bible since one burned me, so don't ask. But
feel like you should get that checked out. But I know a little bit, but not nearly enough to say. One moment, please.
uno
Not nearly
moment.
enough to say. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Oh no.
Syd, this is the disaster podcast.
I just. I said types of angles. Uh. Because, like. Okay.
It's
There's.
archangels, and like I think Gabriel's one of them, and like
Yeah.
yeah, archangels have
But,
all the like million wings and like 42 eyes and big swords.
like, the thing that's not quite like what we like the sheriff type angel where it's like a human with wings. So
Yeah,
I'm thinking Mothman is like a subcategory of angel who is trying really hard to warn this community of Pleasant Point that this bridge was going to collapse.
interesting. That's actually a
That he
really
was
cool theory. I like that theory a lot.
coming in advance to kind of let people know, like, is this a thing we got to worry about? You know,
Yeah,
kind of like help him out. And the best thing he could do was like try desperately to get people to stop. Because I imagine that like as a Mothman, because, like, he would appear in a graveyard, you know? Like, a place where the dead would be resurrected if that were a thing to happen. So he's, like, waiting in this graveyard to be, like, a vision, you know? And he tries to, like, appear in all of his glory to these men and just can't quite hover properly. So he just kind of dive bombs them and flies away because he's
can't
too
quite cover
embarrassed.
properly. He hadn't really worked out the
Yeah.
logistics of it, so he kind of
So
fell.
then he's like too embarrassed. He goes and hides out in the TNT area because no one's gonna be there. And then these teenagers drive by, and he's like, "This is my chance. I can finally stop people and deliver this message." But then they're driving by in this car that's too fast, so of course he has to like chase after the car. He's got to get them to stop so he can let them know what's gonna happen. You know?
Yeah, I mean, you know
Oh,
what?
if he's zooming,
Plausible. Okay, my mic's a little too close to my face. Yeah, I think that's
it's
a
not quite
plausible
bird
theory.
theory.
I,
Not quite bird theory.
not
It is
quite
a
bird theory. Here's the thing though, because all cryptids are birds, and that's just the facts. Um,
No.
um, actually, there is a theory going around that it's like a crane or something, right? But I don't think
Yeah,
that
like
makes any sense.
a 7 foot tall crane.
That's a
Uh,
big crane. That's like really big for a crane. Also, like,
well,
I don't think they're native to West Virginia. And also, I
not
don't think Point Pleasant
really.
is near a big enough body of water to, like, warrant a crane being there. Like, I don't think they'd be able to support themselves, especially if they're 7 feet tall. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
Well, okay. So there is the sandhill crane, which is like a large American crane that has a 7 foot high wingspan with like reddish colors around the eyes. But the theory would be that the bird kind of like had a migration route, got distracted for whatever reason, and flew out of it, and ended up in this area. But it wouldn't be native to the region. No.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even, like, losing your migration route, like, I don't know. That just seems like such a stretch. Like, to kind of debunk this, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it really feels like a reach to kind of defunct this thing that people saw, instead of trying to understand it. So, you know, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I
Yeah.
believe the crane theory, but maybe Mothman is a different, new, cool type of bird that we haven't seen before. And
He could be a new cool type of bird
you
that
know
we haven't
what?
seen before.
You
A
know what?
brand new. Yeah.
There were dinosaurs that were flying dinosaurs, and they were just gigantic. Like that's just like their whole vibe. They had big heads and big wings, and the rest of them was very tiny, and it's really great. You should go look up pictures of it.
Are you are you telling me that Mothman was a pterodactyl?
Not well, kind of a
Is that
pterodactyl,
your
but
pitch?
they're kind of
Is
like
that
the
your pitch?
they're kind of like the precursor to pterodactyl. Um, but yeah, yeah, that's my pitch. Is that happened? But as we all know, all dinosaurs are birds, so birds are all dinosaurs. So I mean, yeah, you know, it's bird theory's back,
Yeah.
baby.
No, no. This entire episode was just a pitch for you 5 months or so after the fact to try to get me to launch on bird theory.
Look, if the Loch Ness monster can be a bird, so can Mothman. Mothman is so much
No, the
more
Loch Ness
plausible than
monster
the Loch Ness
isn't a
monster.
bird.
Look, all I'm saying is that the
Mothman, I
Loch
would
Ness
be
monster
willing.
is a dinosaur, and birds are also dinosaurs. Therefore, by the equivalence theory, the Loch Ness monster is a dinosaur or is a bird.
No.
So, I mean, you know, it's not that far off that Mothman could be a bird too.
Okay. You know what? Sure. I've been worn down at this point.
Yes.
I am
Yes.
exhausted. I am fending you off with roughly a stick and whatever is left of my sanity, and it's not going too great. You have a sword and unrelenting energy.
Bird theory is here to stay.
Uh, this podcast has shifted from like, let's talk about cryptids and have a good time to like you convincing me very slowly that every cryptid is a bird of some kind.
Look, the only thing I don't think could be a bird is Goat Man, because
Or chupacabra. I
Chupacabra could be a
hesitate.
dinosaur that is a bird. I mean, that's just facts. If it's like a weird undulate creature, maybe it evolved from bird or evolved from dinosaurs that we didn't know about and hid underground, and now it's a bird. Well, see, all modern dinosaurs are birds. That's just how science is. Okay,
Oh my god.
I took psychic damage from that one. It's time for me to stop.
That's just how science works.
I can't.
As some, you know what?
Oh my god.
I haven't taken biology in like at least a year or so, but I think I know enough to tell you that that's probably not how that one works, Chief.
It's the equivalence theory. It's fine. It's like math.
I don't.
You know, if 2 plus 1 equals 3, then and 3 plus -1 equals. Wait.
Are you sure you know how this works in math? Because I really, really, really think you're working with the wrong definition.
No, it's like if 3 plus 2 equals 5. I'm gonna try an easier one. Okay, if 3 plus 2 equals 5, and 1 plus 4 equals 5, then 3 plus 2 equals 4 plus 1. That's the equivalence theory.
Okay. You got there.
I got
but
there.
It did take at
So
least a minute for you to do so.
if birds are modern dinosaurs, that's the equivalence there. And Loch Ness monster is a dinosaur that didn't evolve into a quote unquote bird. Well, it's still a bird because modern dinosaurs are birds, right? So, yep,
Alright.
that's it. That's the theory. That's
Sure, that's the theory. That's your pitch.
I don't actually remember bird theory because it was like 5 months ago, but
I remember bird theory. Bird theory has burned itself into my brain and my entire soul. It's been branded like some type of
that's
sin
the
on me
working theory
forever.
of bird theory. So, I mean, yeah, don't worry about it. Come support me
Don't
on
worry.
my Twitter at MartistonFire. Um,
God.
I need all the support I can get so we can prove to Syd once and for all that
Please.
bird theory is real.
I'm so tired. But thank y'all for listening.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's about time to wrap it up, and I really just want to say again, thank you for your patience. This has
And
been
thank you for your continued support. Yeah.
this has been a little bit of a rough semester with everything that's been going on, and I just want to say thank you for sticking with us and continuing to listen to this show. We really appreciate that support. Yeah, we do want to say a couple things before we go. We want to say things like follow us on Instagram, mid period podcasts. On Instagram is our handle. We are also on Twitter.
And we're thrilled to announce this actually, that we have a Twitch channel now. So if you
Yes.
guys are interested in kind of hanging out with us and getting a chance to talk with us live, uh, cross your fingers on that one. We promise we won't bombard you with bird theory. I will do my best. But we should be at the midcast on Twitch.
All right. I mean, yeah. So we're gonna start Twitch. I almost said start twitching.
Streaming.
We're gonna start streaming.
Yeah, 8 to 10 stream on Wednesdays.
Yeah. So catch us 8 to 10
Catch
on
us at the Wednesday
Wednesdays
stream.
at what was that again?
The midcast.
The midcast. Awesome.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, join us tomorrow evening for some bants and games, and we look forward to seeing you.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all in the woods. All right, I can edit it.